balsamic phase, coming out this portal,
Oh,
coming out this dream
wake
bridge.
up, and here
Take
we are
everything you
again.
see it here with a grain
Here
of
to
salt.
say
That's all
hello
I'm about to say. Take
and
all the,
find
you're about to see a
all
clusterfuck
the
of beliefs and
beautiful
narratives
words
fight to see what's
God is
going
at
to
work
maintain direction through
with
Aries before it
people
peters out. Then we have the
and
full moon in
many
Libra, where of
in my
course Venus will be in
sleep.
Taurus. And Mars is gonna go into Aries.
Oh,
Guys,
well.
this is it. We're
Oh,
coming out the
well.
calm. And we're gonna enter
Oh,
the storm. All right, just letting you know.
well.
Of course,
Oh,
whether you know who is alive or not, I
all
trust me, it's not as
right.
important as you think it is. It is, but
I don't know
what's
what
way
to
more
do in
important
life.
is this
I
sequence
just
coming
got
into Aries season.
tired.
It's. By
It's
the way, shout out
fun.
the Vision.
Want to hear some more
Shout
from
out my dude,
James?
the Vision.
Oh
We
my
got a
God.
track on the way.
I mean,
It's
James the
Monday.
Mail.
Stream it.
You know
You
what?
know it's Monday.
Thank
All
you
right, that
to
being
James
said,
Webby Boys
the
for
moon is in
providing
Aquarius.
all the
It's
texts in the
entering
world.
Pisces right now.
And we got
26
libraries from
degrees
them.
Aquarius.
In case you
Moon,
didn't know,
26
it was
degrees
from
Pisces
them. Then
sun.
we got libraries.
We're going to have the new moon,
Our
28 degrees
God
Pisces
is
sun
at
and
work
moon.
with us.
So we're talking about the moon in Aquarius, 26 degrees to 28 degrees moon in Pisces. It's going to cover pretty much all of moon in Pisces. Because this is a Pisces signature going through Pisces starting at the end of Aquarius. In fact, where we started this balsamic phase is where we had the new moon last month. This is not only transcending everything we've come to know, but now that we are living the impossible dream, now that we have imagineered the self-concept and perspective with which we'll adjust our perception and angle through which we express our individuality through Aries. It's motherfucking go time, baby. But this is now the part where we clear the field. The new moon is where we plant the seeds. The 90-degree first quarter square a week later is where those seeds we plant grow from the ground. The 180-degree opposition during the full moon is where we begin to harvest those seeds. And then the third quarter square, 270 degrees from the previous new moon, or in relationship to the sun, right? In this case, when we had the moon in Sag square sun in Pisces, that's the completion of the phase. So by the time we come into the balsamic phase, we're clearing the field that we planted the seeds in preparation for new moon Pisces, where we're going to plant the final new moon cycle of this before the new moon Aries. So that being said, guys, okay, having a new moon at the very end of a sign gives us the peak nature of that element, and of course the sign information or the sign need or zodiac sign. And the way I want to shape this for you is not only are we releasing just this Aquarius cycle into Pisces, but we're also releasing the previous yearly cycle since 2025. We're also releasing 30 years since 1995, 1996, since the 1800s with Neptune. Neptune is where it's at, where it was when we went into Civil War. Uranus is where it's at, where it was last time when we went into World War II. And I'm just going to keep repeating that. Okay. That being said, that video I made about Saturn and Aries and Benjamin Netanyahu's aging pretty well. I'm just gonna say, we don't miss over here. That being said, keep that in mind, because everything I said about him, it wasn't so much just about him as much as Libra archetypes. This happened with Leo. This happened with Virgo. Think Celeste. Now it's Libra, it's your turn. Like Saturn and Aries is opposing the Libra risings, it's opposing the Libra moons. Who's the Virgo moon who was in the news? Who's the Libra moon who they're trying to get in the news? Jay-Z. Alright, so like you have to understand these patterns so that when you see these things play out, they're not shocking to you. It's just people next on a chopping block. It's not about if they're guilty or not. These are integrity checks and tests. It's the Reaper, baby. So we've seen it happen with Aries. Right, I also predicted that might happen with the Ayatollah last year. Check out my reels, or if you're on YouTube, check out my shorts, or wherever they're posted. And that was just to demonstrate how the Saturn conjunction or
They
opposition
know what to do.
does facilitate this. This goes for Putin, Kim Kardashian, any prevalent or prominent Libra, even whether you're famous
They
or
want
not.
to be my
It
friend, no?
doesn't always mean death. It just
Oh, well.
represents, of course, this
Perhaps
challenge of
they'll
integrity.
need to get some
And the
of my
way this
blood
is going to also
someday.
play out is the
Who knows?
individual in Aries versus the social environment in Libra. That's why it was very important to see, of course, you know what I mean, how Charlie Kirk and how the
Who knows if they need
Ayatollah,
any
both
blood?
Libra and Aries,
I don't
kind of
know.
passed. In a lone
I've got
individual
extra,
gunman
like
in Aries
extra
shot
skin
a
too.
Libra who was debating in a social environment, right?
Anybody need
A
any
social
donations of skin
superpower,
or blood?
Libra, or a Libra
I could
rising,
probably do some,
you know,
but not
killed
all.
the Ayatollah, a lone supreme ruler, and knowing how these things are aligned, especially with the Saturn alignment, puts you
I
in
think
more of
an
a
astrology
position
is
to
good.
at least see the sequence of
It's
what's being
something.
spelled out. So keep that in mind, guys, because this Saturn Aries is about to be ridiculously
I
lit
mean, it's
in all sorts of good and bad ways. Now that we're clearing the field, the moon that is
it's
coming
easy
out
to
of
consider.
Aquarius
It is one
and
of
making
them.
obsolete what we used to know, because now our beliefs
I
based
don't
on this
know
knowledge
anything.
are
I've been
pushing us
looking at
forward
it
in faith towards
like
what we don't
Queen
see
of
yet
Cups.
manifest, but we're
Still
moving forward
perplexed.
as if it is, or at the very least through educated
That's like
guesses,
me.
theories, or beliefs. Once again, now as it goes into Pisces, it's going to release old beliefs. That balsamic
Welcome in.
phase, as the moon
I
goes from
love
0 to
goodness.
28 degrees Pisces, is bringing up
Glad
a divine metaphysical understanding
to
of
think,
your own unconscious
but
competence,
thinking, reading, writing is the
especially
plan.
aligned with unconscious
What sort
habits
of
and
plan
beliefs
is it?
that directly
It's
influence
really
your
got
self-concept and belief in yourself.
logic.
So a lot of things at this point,
Meals,
now that you've
gas,
harvested and you've
alcohol,
completed this shaping up
entertainment,
of your belief systems,
fiber
everything that
these
does not
things
align with
as
who
good
you
as
know
a
you are
hand.
now, and how you have broken
Where
through
the
this
body
development of your
is,
character.
right about
Jupiter is
that
direct right
Shakara.
now.
We've
All
got
of
a
that must be
federalism
released.
system, right?
Let any doubts rise up.
Don't you think so?
However, there are going to be profound
I thought so.
revelations, and
I
especially
have
with
to
the
wake in
influence
the
of
week.
Pluto, the moon that
What
went
do
over
they
Pluto,
awesome?
supernatural
What?
awakening that
Don't her see
in
that?
this final twist to close out
Somebody
this season
remote may
finale
control my phone
is getting
to
ready to
steal
completely
everything
turn
away.
everything you believe on its head.
Thanks.
And that's where, you know, many people who are already seeing through a lot of the BS, which is not new and has
See.
been happening for years, a lot of
Oh,
this is going to
I
get
shall
ready
open
to
the book
compound.
again.
And through Aries,
Yes,
like by the time we have the full moon in
please
2
of
weeks,
me again.
we're going to have
Or stop watching
Mercury,
TV.
Mars,
When I was a
Neptune, Saturn,
university
Sun,
professor,
all in Aries.
the
Like this
first
new moon in
assignment
Aries
I
about to be
gave my
crazy,
students
guys.
to
In
broaden
another
their
month.
horizon.
So please see
I
this as
cleaned
like
the
the
minds
end
of
of the old
cobwebs.
season. We're getting ready to start a
Was to
brand new
go out
season
and get a
coming
big
into
chunky
next
brick.
month, late March, going through April.
The second
And
assignment was to throw
it's
that
going to
brick
get
through the
ready
front of
to
the
apply
television set.
everything that you've kind of
Of
put in
course, no student ever
to
did
prepare
this.
to step
But
into
the
this new
point is
world.
that you would
So
be
that
better
being
off
said,
reading
we will
books,
reconvene
talking to
coming
friends
into
and
Wednesday
family, and more
when
directly
I'll do the ceremony
experiencing life
we're going to
than
talk about
playing
this new
couch
moon
potato
Pisces
or sucking up
activation of these
x-rays of
beliefs that we've
propaganda
effectively
in
imagined
front
here
of the
to
tube.
now leap into Aries.
Well,
But don't fall for the
YouTube
bullshit.
is
Don't
a
fall
big
for the okie
difference
doke. This
than
is a
that. It's on
highly
demand,
deceptive period,
and it's your
especially with proximity
choice
to Neptune,
to stay or
Pisces
go.
signature.
It's up to
During
you
Pisces
to
season,
heed the call or not.
you can look forward to
Your
revelations
choice.
that might
You'll do
challenge what you
something.
think you know.
We
But
want
by
to
the
be
time we now break through
entertaining
into
here.
Aries and we are
We should
aligning
do
these
something right.
actions forward
Continuously
based on
recorded
said
during the
beliefs,
sessions with the
that
help of
is going to
electronic
clear up a lot
devices.
of doubt, a lot of fiction.
And
You'll see people snitch on
God and
themselves. They'll
devil.
throw ad hominems at you. They're
So
going to
like
like
the reference
really
is,
speak towards what they don't like about you and not really what you're saying, because of course there's no substance behind your criticism, since everything you're saying is challenging their beliefs or the lie that they live. So you can look at really as an indicator that you're on their ass and like you're not really letting up. However, they're trying to like project whatever like illusions that make them comfortable. Okay, because ain't nobody see. Remember, we not letting muggle ass bitches who take it in the booty based on people who dictate how they live their life and what to do tell you what to do. We're not. Alright? And this in activating this new moon, this is literally wrapping up an entire old world, which you are seeing crumble in the face of an emerging generation who, unlike the older generations, is not standing on bullshit. Is not about to sit down and be deceived, because that's just what the media wants to tell you. This isn't new. You have people who've long since been awakened, you know, helping those who are just waking up to whatever, but I don't want to use words as woke or waking up because they've been completely oversaturated. And you know how people just ruin like a good phrase or whatever. But we're getting ready to step into some of the most exciting times of our life and just take stock of how far you've come as we're clearing the field. Prepare for Wednesday, where we will activate one of the most epic cycles we've ever activated. But in time, prepare over these next 2 days for some of the strangest revelations. Like, some shit is about to backfire that people could have never planned, and I think it's you'll see. You guys stay blessed as always. The moon's gonna try and Jupiter direct in Pisces, which is gonna account for how your beliefs are aligning with this direction of evolution and where you're taking this expansion of your psychic powers and your emotions. The feeling, the function of feeling that drives, of course, this fuel, and or that serves as fuel, and of course, what else? Yeah, I would say other than that, we will have the sextile, but that's going to be the new moon. We'll talk about the sextile to Uranus during the new moon, which is the most important part of the new moon. So you guys stay blessed as always. Comment down your reflections. What do you feel about this cycle we've had? What do you feel about the season finale? And please do not be deceived, baby. Do not be deceived, my friends. Do not be deceived. Don't let people try and tell you what you're seeing, even though you know it's anything but that. And stay firm. Like, let people argue back and forth about who is right or wrong politically. You have people completely losing the plot. Like, oh, you did this, you support this person, you support this person. Meanwhile, all y'all getting finesse. So if you want to literally let people divide you still at this late stage of the end game and point fingers at who's to blame because you know you feel like you can't hold those who are really accountable, you're really no better than the people who are actively finessing. So just keep that in mind. Please don't get distracted so late in the game, and remember what this is really all about. Because as much as you know, people may not like other people, if they cannot really work together in some capacity, have some tolerance in order to deal with a greater threat, they're fucked. But I know that's not going to be our problem. So that being said, y'all stay blessed as always. Peace.
Alright, thanks. What shall we have to listen to next? While I smoke and rant or read to the audience. I like to read to the audience. Who is on now? Yes, I saw them. I saw Doelow the Pilotman.
AI is everywhere right now.
Money high. Here's my heat. Already, my high knee. It broke through my pipes. At the top of my pipe. High knee, Grind. What you doing now? What's the supper?
Now you gotta make sure this is right.
What's your first supper? Not your last. Who knows what's going to pass? What's the first thing you have seen on the table? Bring back. We're supposed to set this table somehow. Okay, Yeah, okay. Twisted cross, diving. What can we do? Devil. Devil needs. Ooh, Pueblo. Pueblo strikes. Ah. Goodness. Yeah. Whatever you say, Yahweh, your call, I love you. Higher, higher. That's great spirit. No, not free. Grateful for this. Thank you for the generosity. You shine. You're looking good now. Good, good. No? You're the one now. Got a job, maybe. Like the stars. Great
R&B
crossroads.
hip hop.
It's true.
R&B hip hop. But y'all got me. It's
We
something
can
new.
go all over that. You know. Go to crossroads. Honestly, everybody, everybody just gathered here. I'll consider it. Like the wise woman, who's like but you, not yet, should I want yet? How nice is it? Will I live, will I live, will I live?
Here we go now.
Can I live? Will I be alive? Can I ride? What goes as I know is? What can I do? Get my ass down. God's getting down now.
New York, piece of the South, slight piece of, you know what I'm saying, West, you could get a beat like that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, thanks a lot. This is great. I've
They
never
crip
done
walk
anything
to
like
it,
that.
blood walk to it.
How did
They
press
can
like?
bounce to it in the A like Jay may say.
just having
They got
a
the
great
bounce, they
time
got the
now.
bounce. Hey Tim, you got the
I think
bounce,
you're
you got the
done.
bounce for me, Tim, for real.
It's not your leftovers.
You could be in New York.
You've been left over already.
You know what I'm saying? You in the goddamn elevator and got
You
stuck
shot
one day
Bill
and stuff like that. You was in the elevator for 3 hours.
We
Got
need
that
Bill.
kind of sound and it took a dun.
I think gonna have a
You know what I'm
minute.
saying? You know, new creative space could be created right
Let's
now.
stack up.
Could be looking like you need a
You
straight
know
jacket
we
during this
can.
particular time, and we're gonna break
We
it
can
down.
build a minaret.
We're gonna break it down. I don't
We
care
should
if you
do it.
believe it or not. Go on your
Take
your
that
night
serious.
journal, your dream journal book and stuff like that about previous times of your
We
life
should
and
take
all
that
the
serious. You know what I
retardation
mean?
you went through, all the mistakes you went through. You better believe it got something to do with it. You better
They
believe it's a
better
part of
listen
life.
to me.
You better believe it. I'm
Except
getting ready to talk
ways.
about it as a part of life.
You can't do without that.
My Pisces out there already know this. Now that's one thing. Sometimes Pisces be
Yeah,
need ways to
right.
explain it, or other people around that could be like into the same thing they into because they see it in this way. And anytime it's a Pisces not around that energy, they need a straight jacket. But for the most part, like I say, the other signs, sometimes if a Scorpio ain't busy enough with life and trying to get over grudges or whatever the case may be, they can get into
Hi,
it, do whatever the
everybody.
case, Sagittarius.
Okay, ahora está dito. Dico
Aries
papá de
created
queridía, dico mate no.
The reason we exist is
Isa
because
rin doon
we
ni
cannot see ahead
kadikas,
of all threats.
no.
So what we do is we block by
Oh,
default.
Johnny,
If it's
Johnny, no,
I'll tell you right now, Aries created.
No, they can't
You know what I'm saying?
afford
Get the whole ego script. This is me. Yeah, but
Nobody's
one person
taking
know how to
out the
see it from
labor
their perspective.
already.
You know what I'm saying? Little Scorpio know how to be like the
Our
day use this to
skin's on
manipulate
the
somebody. No, one
books.
person over here. Leo know how to just
That's my
use it for
back.
attention and whatever. You know what I'm saying? However the case may be, this goes in a lot of different energies though. No matter
They use
business,
it for
entertainment,
the
education, wizard, politics. I just so happens to be in all these energies, but from the hood. That's a double-edged sword.
They use
That's what
it, the
God told me that was a
nightshade, the
double-edged
flag,
sword. You
you
think I'm
know.
about to leave it dull?
Sponge it. I mean,
Get your
it's
mind
firstly
right.
grown
That's what
now.
these things all about. Before you even
Not
get
yet.
into it.
To
The spirituality
become.
for the hood. It's for everybody to
Oh
get their mind
yes,
right
I'm
and
on my
everybody to have
way.
better perspectives, even when
But
you're
I'm
in a
not
down
run yet.
perspective or down in situation or
I'm
insecure
somewhere.
circumstance or however the case. A lot of times we be dealing with battles that
I'm
ain't even
sort of
got
in the
nothing to do with
background.
outside of us. It's that internal battle, and
I hope
sometimes
God
we ain't
can
even got
help
enough
me.
time to fight it because we too scattered into the external world. People, places,
Have
and
you ever
things.
tried
And we
these?
can't find that little pocket that we can
These
spend at
are
least
fun.
10 seconds to go ahead and counterpartmentalize this
Well,
thought,
like
get this thought out of here so it don't fall and play out as
pineapple
an
weed, they
elbow
call them.
movement that lead into mistakes
It's
in our
something to
lives and
eat.
into the halfway house
You
or
grow it
into
in
divorces
your
and
yard
stuff like that, or
by
into
accident.
losing everything, or into being late on our child support bills, or
Tastes
however
like
the case it may
pineapple.
be. Like, but a lot of these times it
So
started the
sweet.
mind frame. And you got to be in that little space
The
sometimes that you
fortune
got
will
time
help
to
you
do
that
that. You
way.
need time for your
But you
mind. That's
choose
your mind.
anything
Your
else, you gotta
time,
risk.
your mind. Your space is your
So you
spirit.
find these,
We
you
all
got
got it
some
in the
food.
spirit. It's
Get you
a
through.
term for multiple. Solo is a term for
I don't know
singular.
if you
But
want
we
to go
all
out
got
to
a
the
space.
wild yet.
So spirit, that's to say we all got a soul, an individual spirit, but we all got a space. So you got your space, your spirit, your soul, you got your mind, your time, and you got your matter, your physical body. A lot of times it be so out of order what we created with the physical external things that the body supposed to think matter, it don't no more. Then a lot of the external things that mimic the body, you get lost in those things, then those things become a crutch. This is why a lot of times you might, let's say you got sick on a job or something like that. It wasn't even that issue that they gave you and stuff. You might have gallstones or anything. It led to about 3-4 other medications. Then by the time you're about 70, 80 years old, you're on about like 70, 80 different medications too and stuff like that. The insurance company gonna make sure they get their money back. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. We got the pink game. It's a crazy world out here.
I got the book.
Crazy world with stuff just about business. Ain't nothing wrong with stuff being about that money. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Ain't nothing wrong with that though. But sometimes people's health could be what they call that a casualty of business wise. Sometimes people's mind could be a casualty of war.
Very good fight.
You done paid about millions of dollars to Shaquille O'Neal. You got arthritis in the left toe knuckle or something. You need a psychologist or something. Psychologist just retarded as.
Just stimulated thoughts.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. Shout out to Shaq.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us gotta be thinking. We gotta think about these things.
Sometimes
We gotta think about these things. Like that stuff going on land.
And people can't agree with it.
Construction and stuff. Y'all just don't start going to build cabins and shit. But shout out to Cowboy. There go another mixed Native American right there. Shout out to Cowboy and stuff like that up there.
There's your voice
That's how you do it. Like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasting their time. He took one gold chain and got on. You know what I'm saying? All y'all running around with a chain right now. Broke.
We need what we already have. What we don't recognize
Did it for the
yet.
bitches. You know what I'm saying?
I like what I got
You
already.
did it for the nostalgia.
Look, I got this yellow
You did it for the
vest.
glamour.
Ooh,
You did it for the crowd.
first thing I ever got.
What they used to do it for? What was that one called? It came at the same time.
I love it.
Snapchat and TikTok came at the early
My
stages.
yellow vest. I look like a city worker. I couldn't do anything I
Did it for
want.
the Vine. You know what happened to Vine? You know what I'm saying? I think I kicked their ass. I think somebody kicked their ass. Who kicked Vine?
I think you'll put it
It's the word to go there, even in business. That's like a form
You know
of
you
Burger
want to
King,
put it
McDonald's
like a
allegory I'll be
label
making.
on, like a,
Somebody that got Vine a body.
you know,
You know what I'm saying?
whatever they call it.
Vine laid on everything. You know what I'm saying? We don't even think about Vine no more. I had to think about it for
The
a second. Be like, wait a minute.
newspaper, I couldn't go on.
I remember all these little weak phases and stuff like that. I remember all that stuff. Oh, my bad, y'all.
I'm just kidding.
I
even become.
remember all that. Vine got a body here. Vine lacked creativity and creator directors.
Oh yeah, I'm not even moved from the room like Uncle
Vine lacked
Stephen.
creative directors or something like that. They wasn't up on
Oh,
game.
off the
A lot
floor,
of
Uncle
people probably
Stephen.
shift.
Don't ever talk again.
Shift goals. went to other companies, corporations, and stuff like that. So ain't no telling. I mean, I ain't about to help them out. You know what I'm saying? We're in a new time right now. Let the best theology win.
colonies now.
So that's what this whole concept is about also. You know what I'm saying? You can be seen as an individual in a straitjacket or need one. Because when it's a new moon, that's a flushing out system. Everything that you're building up, you're supposed to put that situation where you're looking at it as what's good to use and what's not good to use, and go ahead and start to build on that without those previous worries. Remember, when the moon is waxing, wax on, wax off. The moon is waxing, meaning it's filling up. So every sign that the moon is in is energy that you're supposed to participate in. Now, the stars don't always align. You are a star. And you don't always align with the angle with the sun and the moon. So it may be harder for you to do these things than others. Then it may be easier at other times throughout that month. This is why it's important to keep up with the moon phases, however the case may be, right? And understanding that when the sun is in that space, when the moon ain't there, it gives out it be there in that position for longer periods of time. We get to see whole transitions and micro changes when we see whole seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. When the moon is there, it's like our moods, our inner time, our vibe, right? So it moves just as fast.
I know they must
so when
love
you
me,
change moods,
but they never
right? It's
love
not
me
to say that people who want to look at things like pseudo and be like, oh, he's trying to say the moon and astrology and astronomy.
I love my parents.
You have to understand things from an equilibrium.
I don't know who they
also,
are.
the moon controlling your time, where even on the physical, it is
How
a
they would
synchronicity
be.
to that, but it's just the reflection. That's us doing the cycle itself.
They would be true.
But we're looking at things that has the same essence or same quality you have, even if it's a different form, a different organ, a different circumstance. That's how you learn from life. So if we see things that's greater than you that you didn't create, like phases like the sun and moon, and you see the moon move faster, well, we're moving, but the transition of it faster than the sun or whatever,
autonomy,
anything that has that quality, all the way down to your moods, will be attached to that larger on a percentage scale when we talk about pocket family. There's pockets of existence, realities we understand, and things that spring from it that we call subsidiaries. But once you know that thing is part of that pocket family, then you can kind of get with the program,
autonomy,
even if you don't understand what you're getting hit with, that might be from that same pocket family. So you can be extra aware of life to get to understand what's going on in your personal life. Wild things is going on that you don't understand, and you may cling on to certain things that lead on to mistakes. So that's what you have to understand. For an example, let's say how we separate what's physical and metaphysical.
Items,
you're just saying things you can't weigh and lift as metaphysical, but it still exists. That's like thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. So let's say it is things we can feel.
Because it could help business.
When, but you know when,
and it could help everybody.
See through. Right, it's clear.
No
so it's
requirements.
More of it's attached to it's
just show up.
But it's more of the pocket family.
Get your room.
Of things that we try to weigh, and but it's in less.
Go to your room.
So we know that if things already
just
in formation and things has a clear quality to it, but we see different transitions of it all the way to water being clear, but you can feel it. We know how to size that up to being in a pocket family planned out at a certain level of cadensity, right? It's not going to be more of another pocket family for you to try to make sense of it. You know what I'm saying? So you might,
like to be told
it might be, you thinking about a book,
already on
but then you trying to make
to your room.
Tennis work in your mind. There ain't no making
I was already going there. Now I have to change spots because I'm rebellious.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you can't.
So we notice how
we gotta know it's a pocket family type of thing. And if you kind of know where something coming from, this is where your senses start to kick in, right? Where a person may not necessarily show you the energy up front, but you can know how they're moving their elbow and their body language and what they're saying and how they construct stuff, what kind of space that they're coming from. So a person probably didn't have to steal nothing in front of you, but you can pick up the vibe and sense, man, this person got thief qualities or whatever the case may be. Let me not allow this person in my home as fast as someone else. You know what I'm saying? To make it simple for y'all, right? That's an example of something you can't lift or weigh, but in your mind, you put something in a pocket family and you put that person in that separate than someone that you probably could trust. That's what we doing in life. You know what I'm saying? Start pondering on those things. Start, you know what I'm saying? Meditate. This will make you an intelligent person. And because everything play out in other areas in our life that we don't think these things is connected. But these things is life. The things you think don't matter be all the matter.
Of each group.
Especially when it be coming
That's what their
to how
plan
it play out
was.
physically already once it's too late.
group
It be in
should
y'all
have
situations y'all be trying to
greater
cover up
girls
and
than
lie,
I
especially in y'all relationships and stuff like that. And then the things
It's
that
back to what?
y'all try to belittle and make other
Compared to
things more of the
before.
problem. No, that be the thing that
Not
is the
compared to a
problem.
different group.
That is the problem.
The field was introduced. Electrical. The discharge rate will be
So
very quick, so quick
As y'all
that you might
humans,
not even be able to
y'all too busy
measure it.
sweeping stuff under the rug in areas
That
we're not
air
looking at it like
may
we're sweeping things up
suck
under the
you.
rug. And the things in our life we did and Walt Disney do teach us when we're sweeping up under the
Very
rug. Those
good
petty things,
thoughts.
those ain't even necessarily sweeping stuff up under the rug. You know what I'm saying? That's just us lying to ourselves, getting into things, too excited about a badge or a career or an ego that we got over our
I
family,
don't know
friends,
how
and
to
associates
share
and coworkers we may
things
have that may have been accepted based
except to be
upon
myself.
pop culture and woke
Here
things. So
and
it'd be a lot of
there,
stuff that
gross.
we're into really fictitious
I
that play
mean,
out in
I'm
other
a
areas of our life
city
when
worker.
when it's important and we be wanting to be sane. You
I
know what I'm saying? It'd be those times that
don't
it can
celebrate
lead into
anything
mistakes and
except
stuff like that. That
anniversaries.
these type of qualities need to be more on a percentage scale of our mind. This helps our relationships. This even helps us pick better relationships or how we deal with our family and friends and associates
I
and go out
found
and
my
about
room. It's
getting future
empty.
relationships and
Is it
circumstances
empty?
conducted. Because you'll start to know how to what
Your
to
name
actually
is
look
Samuel?
for. The things you're actually looking for
Hi,
now
say my
could
name is
purely be
Samuel.
constructed from Walt Disney without you being
Thank
aware of it. Because some
you.
of these things have been put
Creative
into the
box.
neurons into our normal life. So a lot of y'all don't see anything
I'm
in
here
another way.
living
And it
the
takes a lot of people to become adults, red pills and feminists, and then other people looking at it from a distance.
Kids,
And one of these people, their family, friends, or
kids.
associates, or even content creators,
All
because
right, then
today's
say
time
hi.
we in right now,
Hi,
to realize
everybody.
where this mistake may stem from.
I'm just
But a lot of times
enjoying
these things be too late,
everything in life.
especially in the
This
shoes
is the
of a
first time
feminist
I
and
get to
red
go
pill.
live.
9 times out of 10, before they even get
And I
rooted
feel
into
like
a feminist energy already. She's already a drunk auntie
I feel kind
and
of
probably
foolish
reaching that age of not
doing
being able to
life
have her
like
own
this.
kids and things of that
But I
nature.
don't have a
So her
choice.
nieces and her nephews is her
But I
sons
do.
and daughters at this moment and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm gonna have a
a
great
lot of
time.
times her
I'm
sister
gonna
or
read
brother
some
be
things.
having to go get their kids back
I'm
and
gonna
stuff like
tell
that.
you
Like,
some
too much. You
opinions.
just trying to be friends with my kids. That should be your nephew. Not
I'm
yours, not
nonpartisan.
yours. To act like you treating them like a kid,
I
your sons
just,
and daughters, but really they're your best friends and stuff, and you letting them in.
I'm just
Goddamn, my
here
daughter
for
got
the
20 kids now because I allowed this to go too far. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff y'all don't know, but I live in a hood. I see this type of stuff every day. Yeah, every day. Some of these people are very close to me in my life. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of intricacies that people get online that's nerdy and stuff don't think about. They didn't even start doing psyops on people like this. And these people already be having problems in their own life and stuff like that. They ain't got time to be some goofy people online and be going. But for the most part, like I said, right? Getting into the moon, being get ready to go into Pisces. That's a new moon and things of that nature. So that means new refreshing. So you need to be practicing something that's new refreshing. How you see some? See, this is where y'all don't be understanding, and then y'all call astrology and things like that pseudo, whatever the case may be. Where
I'm just
there's
here
an
to
actual
hate.
existence, but you don't know how to look at it.
It isn't for sale.
If you see something greater than you that you didn't exist,
I just like the artwork.
in a new position or having
I don't
some
know who
newness,
to attribute it to.
and if it's things in nature that you know you need to replenish off of, and you like new experience or whatever the case may be, then what greater thing to act like than something in life that does that beyond you, and you can pull from it and do it in your own microwave, and you'll start to see the results. That's pulling the right fruit from life. That's what that actually means. You know what I'm saying? You're taking the fruit from life. You're seeing what life doing in all instances. It's a mechanism all the way to how y'all look at God. And since